A random variable is a real valued function whose domain is the sample space of the random experiment. This x and y are two different random variables defined on the same sample space. Sigma is equal to 1 to n, I is equal to 1, you are going to get. Hello dear students, welcome to this session of mathematics class. I am Mr. Niranjan, faculty, Department of Mathematics, Vidyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Now in this session today I am going to discuss regarding the random variable and its probability distribution. This is very important concept. You may expect 3 marks or 5 marks question from a probability distribution or from random variables. So random variables and its probability distribution. Now let us come to the definition. What is the meaning of this random variable? A random variable is a real valued function whose domain is the sample space of the random experiment. So it is nothing but a real valued function. The domain, the random variable is a real valued function whose domain, the domain is the sample space. So for a real valued function, if the domain itself is the sample space of a random experiment, so a random variable is a real valued function whose domain is the sample space of a random experiment. Let us consider a simple example. Let us consider the experiment of tossing a coin 2 times. In succession, the sample space of the experiment is, you may get head, head, head and tail, tail and head, or tail and tail. So let us toss a coin 2 times. So let us consider the experiment of tossing a coin 2 times. Then what is the sample space? The sample space of the experiment S contains head and head, head and tail, tail and head and tail and tail. So therefore n of S is equal to 4 here. The sample space contains 4 events. Okay. Now suppose if x denotes the number of heads obtained, suppose if x represents the number of heads obtained, then x is a random variable for each outcome. Its value is given by x denotes the number of heads. If x denotes the number of heads obtained, then x is a random variable, and for each outcome its value is given by, the value of x is given by, so here we are defining x as the number of heads. So how many cases are there? Here you will get head, here it is also head, here it is also head, here there is no head. So therefore x of h and h, there are 2 heads. X of h and t, how many heads are there? There is only 1 head. X of t and h, how many heads are there? 1. X of t and t, there is no head at all. So if x denotes the number of heads obtained, then x is a random variable for each outcomes. So its value is given by x of h into h, there are 2, x of h into 2 is equal to only 1 head, x of t into h, there is only 1 head, x of t into 2, there is no heads, so therefore it is equal to 0. So more than one random variables can be defined on the same sample space. We can define more than one random variable can define on the sample space. Now for example, let us consider that y denote the number of heads minus the number of tails for each outcomes. Suppose if y denotes, first one x denotes the number of heads. Let us consider y. If y denotes the number of heads minus the number of tails, each outcomes of the above sample space, then y, h and h. So how many tails are there? There is no tail, so therefore 1 plus 1 it is 2. Y of h and h is 2. Next, y of h and t, since what is the definition we have defined? Let y denotes the number of heads minus the number of tails here. So here in h and h, 1 head and 1 tail, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Y of h and t is equal to 0. Whereas in t and h, how many values of heads are there? That is also 1 minus 1, that is also equal to 0. Here in T and T, so number of heads are 0 and number of tails are 2. 0 minus 2 is equal to minus 2. Okay, so suppose if x denotes the number of heads, then x of h and h is 2 and 2, x of h and t is 1, x of t and h is 1, x of t and t is equal to 0. So more than one random variable can also be defined on the same sample space. Suppose let us define y. Y denotes the number of heads minus number of tails. So if y denotes the number of heads minus the number of tails for each outcomes of the sample space, then we have y of h and h is equal to 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 minus 0 is 2. Again here h of t, one head and one tail, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Y of t and h, again 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Y of t and t, number of heads are 0, 0 minus 2 is equal to minus 2. Thus, this x and y are two different random variables defined on the same sample space. So, therefore, x and y are two different random variables defined on the same sample space. Yes, so x and y, two different random variables defined on the same sample space. Yes, so therefore, more than one random variable can be defined on the same sample space like x and y. Now, let us come to a small example. A person plays a game on tossing a coin thrice. So, a person plays a game of tossing a coin thrice. For each head, he given rupees 2 by the organizer. So, for each head, the organizer will pay rupees 2 for the player of the game, and for each tail, he has to pay rupees 1.50 to the organizer. Suppose if he get head, the organizer will pay rupees 2. If he gets tail, then the player has to pay rupees 1.5 to the organizer. The random variable, let x denotes the amount given or lost by the person. Show that x is a random variable and exhibit it as the function of sample space for the experiment. Now, what is to prove here is to prove that x is a random variable and we have to exhibit this in the function of a sample space for the given experiment. Okay, just a very simple problem. So, a person plays a game of tossing a coin 3 times, thrice. For each head, he is given by the organizer rupees 2. The organizer will pay rupees 2 for each head. In case if the tail comes, the player has to pay rupees 1.50 to the organizer. If such is the case, let x denotes the amount given or loss. X is the amount in terms of profit or loss. So, x denotes the amount given, gained or lost by the person. Then show that x is a random variable and exhibit it in the function of the sample space of the given experiment. Now, what is given? Let us come to the solution. X is a number whose values are defined on the outcome of a random experiment. Therefore, x is a random variable. Since x is a number, this is a number whose values are defined on the outcomes of a random experiment. Therefore, x is a random variable. Now, the sample space contains tossing a coin, how many times? 3 times. If you toss a coin 3 times, what is the possible number of events are? So, the number of events are 2 into 2 into 2, 2 into 2 into 2, 2 to the 4 to the 8. So, S is equal to the sample space contains first head, 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 then head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, 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 tail, 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 head, tail, 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 head and tail, tail, tail. So, therefore, n of s, the sample space contains, therefore, n of s is equal to, there are 8 events in the sample space. So, head, 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 tail, head, again tail, head, 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 tail, 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 head, tail, TTH and TT. So, the sample space contains 8 events. Okay. Now, come to the first one. Now, suppose x contains the number of heads, x of h and h is equal to, so how many heads are there? There are 3 heads. For each head, the organizer is going to pay rupees 3. Therefore, so x of h is equal to rupees 6. So, x of h and t is equal to x of ht. So, x of th, that is 2 heads are there, h and h, hth, th. So, 2 heads, x of ht, x of hth, x of th. So, 2 heads. for each head is going to pay rupees 2. 2 into 2 is rupees 4 minus for each tail the player has to pay rupees 1.50 to the organizer minus 1.5. So this is equal to 1.5 is equal to rupees 2.50. So rupees 2.50 in case of 2 heads and 1 tail. Suppose x of HTT, that is 1 head and 2 tails, x of HTT, x of THT, TTH, x of TTH. So here 1 head and 2 tails. For each head the organizer will pay rupees 1, 1 into 2 minus 2 heads, 2 into 1.5. So that is rupees 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1. So you will get rupees minus 1, negative value. And for last condition, x of TTT, that is how many? 3 into 1.5, this is 4.50. Since the player has to pay to the organizer, this is minus 4.50. So rupees minus 4.50 in this case. This minus sign shows that the loss to the player, whereas positive sign indicates the gain to the player. So the negative sign shows that the loss to the player. Thus, for each element of the sample space, x takes a unique value. Hence, x is a function of sample space whose range is minus 1, comma 2.50, comma minus 4, comma 50 and rupees 6. So this is the range. So therefore, x is the function of a sample space and whose range is given by the range is equal to, what are the values? Minus 1, comma 2.5, comma minus 4.5, comma 6. So these are the values. Okay, that's a small example for this random variable. Okay, let us consider one more example. A bag contains 2 white and 1 red ball. A bag contains 2 white and 1 red ball. One ball is drawn at random and put back in the box. After noting its color, the process is repeated again if x denotes the number of red balls recorded in 2 draws. Describe x. So we have to describe x here. So what is the problem given? A bag contains 2 white. A bag contains, in a bag there are 2 white and 1 red ball. So totally there are 3 balls in a bag. One ball is drawn at random and then put back in the box after noting its color. The process is repeated again if x denotes the number of red balls recorded in the 2 draws. If x denotes the number of red balls recorded in the 2 draws, then describe this x as a random variable. Okay. Now let us come to the solution. Let the ball in the bag be drawn by, denoted by, the ball in the bag is denoted as W1, W2 and W2. That means white, there are 2 white balls. White balls are denoted as W1 and W2 and there is only 1 red ball, that is equal to R. So the number of balls in the bag is denoted as W1, W2, R. 1 red ball and 2 white balls. Now therefore the sample space contains W1 and W1. So because the process, 1 ball is drawn at random and put back in the box after noting the color, the process is repeated again if x denotes the number of red balls recorded in 2 draws. Here it is given the number of draws are 2. X denotes the number of red balls recorded in 2 draws. Now let us represent, yes, the sample space is nothing but 2. We are using 2 draws. So therefore, with the first draw you may get white ball. Second is also white ball, W1 and W1, W1, W2, 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 W2 and W1. Then white and red, first one white and red, another white and red, red and white, red and white and red and red. Now let us define omega. This omega belongs to yes, x of omega, the number of red balls. Here total number of events are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 events are there. So xw is nothing but the number of red balls. So the number of red balls is given by, therefore x of w1, W2, x of all the white balls. Here, this is equal to 0. Right. Next, x of one white and red, W1 and R, W2 and R and W1, R and W2 is equal to 1 here. Right, because there is only one red ball. Here there is no red, it is 0. Whereas here one red, one red, one red, one red. So that is equal to 1. And whereas here in x of R and R, so there is 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So thus x is a random variable which can take the values. Values are 0, 1 or 2. 0, 1 or 2. So therefore x is a random variable which can take the values either 0, 1 or 2. 0, 1 or 2. Okay. Right. That is regarding a simple example is concerned. Okay. Let us come to the next concept. The second part of this is probability distribution. This is very important concept. Now, what is the definition of probability distribution? The probability distribution of a random variable x is the system of numbers. Suppose if x contains x1, x2, x3, etc., xn, p of x is equal to p1, p2, etc., pn, then the sigma summation I is equal to 1 to n, p of I is equal to 1, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc., n. That is, the real number x1, x2, xn are the possible values of the random variable x, and p of I is the probability of the random variable x taking the value of xi. That is, p of x is equal to xi is equal to p is called the probability distribution. This is called the probability distribution. Okay. In general, suppose if x is a discrete random variable, then assuming the values of x1, x2, etc., xn, assuming these values of x1, x2, xn for x, then this p of x is nothing but the probability of x1, p of x1 is equal to p1, probability of x2 is equal to p2, etc. Probability of xn is equal to pn. The probability of x1 is p1, probability of x2 is p2, probability of xn is equal to pn, assuming p of 1 plus p2, etc., pn is equal to 1. So therefore, sigma I is equal to 1 to n, p of I is equal to 1, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc., n. This is called the probability distribution. X is equal to x1, x2, x3, etc., xn, p of x is equal to p1, p2, that is nothing, p of x1, p of x2, p of x1 is equal to pn is called the probability distribution. Right. Let us take a small example based on this probability distribution. Let us take an example. Two cards are drawn successively with replacement from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability distribution of the number of A's. This is one important problem. Two cards are drawn successively with replacement from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. So, a deck contains 52 cards. Find the probability distribution of the number of aces. So, the number of cards here, n of s is equal to 52, and the number of aces in a deck of 52 cards, the number of aces are, it contains 4 aces. Now, let us come to this solution. The number of a's is a random variable. Let it denote as x. X denotes the number of a's. So, x can take the values 0, it may take, there may be a a's 1, there is no a's, or it may take 1 or 2, because we are using 2 cards. 2 cards are drawn. So, the first card, it is not at all an ace, that is 0, and first either it may be 1 ace or it may be 2 ace. So, therefore, the x can take the values 0, 1 or 2. Now, since the draws are done with replacement, since after drawing we are going to replace the card, therefore, the two drawn cards, the two draws form an independent experiment, which forms an independent experiment. So, now let us find out the probability distribution for x is equal to 0, x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. Now, let us come to the first case. Therefore, p of x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means probability of non-a's and non-a's. First one is also non-a's and second one is also non-a's. So therefore, that is probability of non-ace into non-ace. Since in a deck of 52 cards, there are 4 A's. So therefore, 52 minus 4 is equal to 48. So the non-ace are 48. The number of non-ace into number of non-ace. Since in a deck we have 52 cards, the number of aces are 4. 52 minus 4 is 48. 48 non-ace card, that is 48 divided by 52 into 48 by 52. Let us divide by 4. 12 fours are 4 13s are, again 4 12s are, and 4 13s are. So in the numerator we have 12 into 12 divided by 13 into 13, that's equal to 144 divided by 169. So therefore, probability of x is equal to 0 is equal to 144 divided by 169. This is the first case. Followed. So probability of x is equal to 0 means there is no ace, non-ace and non-ace. In the first draw, we are taking 2 draws. So in the first and second draw, non-ace and non-ace, that is probability of non-ace into probability of non-ace is 48 by 52 into 48 by 52, that's equal to 144 divided by 169. Now let us come to the case 2. If x is equal to 1, there is one ace. Suppose if x probability of x is equal to 1, probability of x is equal to 1 means the possible conditions are, possible events are ace and non-ace, or non-ace and ace. First it may be an ace, second row is non-ace, or first one is a non-ace and the second one is ace. That is nothing but the probability of ace and non-ace plus probability of non-ace and ace, or that is also equal to probability of ace into probability of non-ace plus probability of non-ace into probability of ace. Okay. Now probability of ace, since there are 4 ace, 4 divided by 52 into probability of non-ace is nothing but 48 divided by 52 plus probability of non-ace is 48 divided by 52 into probability of ace is 4 divided by 52. These are the values. Substitute and simplify, you will get the answer. That's it. See here, I will explain once again. Probability of x is equal to 1 means probability of ace and non-ace. First draw is an ace and second one is non-ace. Are ace or non-ace, ace and ace. There are 3 conditions. So ace and non-ace plus probability of non-ace and ace. So that is equal to probability of ace into probability of non-ace plus probability of non-ace into probability of ace. So probability of ace is 4 by 52 into probability of non-ace 48 divided by 52. Probability of non-ace 48 divided by 52 into probability of ace is 4 by 52. Simplify this, you will get the answer. Now, same. This is 4 by 52 into 48 by 52 plus 48 by 52 into 4 by 52. This can be written as divide from 4. So, 4 13s are, again 12, 4 12s are, 4 13s are. Again, this is 4 12s are, 4 13s are, 4 1s are, 4 13s are. So, this is 12 divided by 169 plus 12 divided by 169. Take LCM, 169 is the LCM, 12 plus 12, this is equal to 24 divided by 169. So, therefore, probability of x is equal to 1 is 24 divided by 169. This is the second case. Hope you followed. Now come to the third case. What is the probability of x is equal to 2? So since there are 3 events 0, 1 or 2. At x is equal to 2, probability of x is equal to 2 means probability of ace and an ace. So ace, the number of aces are 4 divided by 52 into 4 by 52. So this is 4 13s are, again 4 13s are. This is 1 by 13 into 1 by 13 is equal to 1 by 160. So therefore, probability of x is equal to 2 is 1 divided by 169. Okay. So that's the required probability distribution. Therefore, the required probability distribution is x and p of x. what is x? At x is equal to 0. At x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. 144 by 169. At x is equal to 1. What is the answer we are getting? At x is equal to 1. 24 by 169. At x is equal to 2. We are getting 1 by 169. This is called the probability distribution for the given problem. At x is equal to 0, at x is equal to 1, at x is equal to 2, 144 by 169, 24 by 169, 1 by 160. So, if you want to verify, since we know from the previous expression that sigma I is equal to 1 to n, p of I into xi is always equal to 1. So, if you add this, what you will get? 144 divided by 169 plus 24 divided by 169 plus 1 divided by 169. Since 169 is the LCM, 144 plus 24 plus 1. So, that is nothing but 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1 is 9, 4 plus 2 is 6. So, this is 169 by 169 is equal to 1. So, you will get sigma I is equal to 1 to n pi xi is equal to 1. Okay. This is how we are going to find the probability distribution. If you want, you can go for the verification. This is not required. If you want, you can verify. Okay. So, this is the answer regarding this problem. Let me explain once again. So, two cards are drawn successively with replacement from a well-shuffled deck of 52 cards. Find the probability distribution of the number of aces. Okay. So, what is given in a deck? There are 52 cards. Number of cards are 52. Therefore, n of s is equal to 52. And in a deck there are 4 aces. Number of aces is equal to 4. So, the number of aces drawn is a random variable. Let us denote it as x. Denotes the random variable. Clearly, x can take the values. You may get in both the cases 0. There is no ace or 1 ace or both the aces. So, therefore, it is x is equal to 0, 1 or 2. May not be, or 1 ace or both cards are 2 aces. So, therefore, x can take the values 0, 1 or 2. Since the draws are done with replacement, therefore, the two draws forms an independent experiment. Now, let us come to the probability at when x is equal to 0, when x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. Now, let us come to the value of x is equal to 1. The probability of x is equal to 0. Probability of x is equal to 0 means, what is the meaning of x is equal to 0? Non-ace. So, the first draw is non-ace and second draw is also non-ace. Non-ace and non-ace, that is nothing but probability of non-ace into probability of non-ace. So, since it contains 52 cards, number of aces are 4. 52 minus 4 is nothing but 42. These are the non-ace. Number of non-ace are 48 divided by 52 into 48 divided by 52. So, you can divide from 4. 4 12s are, 4 13s are, 4 12s are and 4 13s are. 12 into 12 divided by 13 into 13, that's equal to 144 divided by 169. So, the probability of x is equal to 0 is 144 divided by 169. Now, let us come to the case 2. When x is equal to 1, there is one ace, either it may be first or second. Let us come to the second part. When x is equal to 1, probability of ace and non-ace or non-ace and ace, that is nothing but the probability of ace and non-ace plus probability of non-ace and ace. So, that is probability of ace into probability of non-ace plus probability of non-ace into probability of ace. So, you know probability of ace, it contains 4 cards. 4 divided by 52 into non-ace is 48 divided by 52 plus similarly non-ace is 48 by 52 into 4 by 50 divided by. So, 4 13s are, this is 4 12s are, 4 13s are, again 4 12s are, 4 13s are, 4 13s are gets cancelled. So, 12 into 1 is 12 by 169 plus 12 by 169, take LCM, 169 is the LCM, 12 plus 12 is 24. So, 24 divided by 169 is the probability when x is equal to 1. Now, come to the third case. When x is equal to 2, probability of x is equal to 2. Probability of ace and ace. So, that is ace is 4 by 52 into 4 by 52 13 times it will get cancelled. 1 by 13 into 1 by 13 is 1 by 169. So therefore, the required probability distribution is at x is equal to 0, 1 and 2. Probability of x at x is equal to 1, we have at x is equal to 0, 144 by 169. At x is equal to 1, 24 divided by 169. At x is equal to 2, 1 divided by 169. This is the final answer. So this is the probability distribution. Suppose if you want to verify, you can use this formula for verification. Sigma I is equal to 1 to n p of I, or p of I into xi is equal to 1. That is, probability at x is equal to 0 is 144, at x is equal to 1 is 24, at x is equal to 1 is 1, 2 is 1. 144 plus 24 plus 1 is 169 divided by 169, that's equal to 1. So sigma is equal to 1 to n pi is equal to 1 you are going to get. So this is how we are going to solve the problem. Okay. So that's all regarding today's session. Let us meet with a different concept, with different problems. Thank you very much.